thought they did a phenomenal job. It's always great to see former alumni players come back and get the opportunity to see those guys, get around them again is awesome. And, to have the opportunity to go out there and play well for those guys is important to us. So we really do appreciate that. And, next opportunity we have is, senior night here in a couple weeks. And, this senior class has really accomplished a lot, given a lot to this, I feel like this program. And, I'm really looking forward to making sure that night we send them out the right way. So hopefully we can get a huge crowd to come show their love and appreciation for this group, because they've meant a lot to me. And I'm really excited about that next opportunity coming back home against UAB. But with that, I'll open it up.
Proud of the way your guys bounced back after last week.
Yeah, proud of the way the preparation. It's anytime you have some disappointments and some results not go your way, it can take a toll on you mentally, physically, a lot of different things. And just really proud of the way they've persevered this past week and taken ownership. Each individual player, each individual side of the ball, coaches and players alike. It's just there's a lot that goes into it, and I know the hard work and the mental toughness you have to be able to overcome that. So they had an unbelievable week of preparation. I felt like our practices were crisp, great communication, and I think that's what it takes week in and week out. You have to. I think it's so important, just building that confidence throughout the week to where on game day, you can rely on each other, you can trust each other. You're not looking over your shoulder or trying to look to the guy to your left or your right, making sure that they're doing your job. You're just focused in on doing your job and understanding that they're going to back you and do their job. And I think today we showed we showed that we were much better with that. And so I was proud of the way they bounced back. There's still a lot of things that we have to correct tomorrow in order to go on the road against probably the top team in our conference. And there's a lot of things we have to correct. But I like where the mindset's at. I feel good about this group, and we just got to continue to get a day better, a week better, and which I know these guys want to and will.
Along those same lines, needing a bounce back, how important was that fast start up 14-0, 29 seconds in?
Yeah, it was huge, and I think that the mentality, it just started, through the week, building up, and we've talked a lot about starting fast, finish strong, and overall as a team, I felt like special teams obviously did a great job with some of the returns tonight. Overall, special teams had a really solid night, other than some kickoff returns, some young guy mistakes, missing a twist or a lane. We got to get those corrected, but it's valuable experience for some of those young guys, and you got to put them in the fire. When bullets are flying, they have to be able to come out and make routine plays and do their job. And they did. There were some guys that I was really excited to see out there that did some really nice things. But just like all of us, we have to correct some of those mistakes. But overall, I thought special teams was solid. Gave us a great start. Offense came out the first 2 plays. You get 2 touchdowns. Kind of reminded me of the first game, and kind of the frenzy that starts after that. Once defense settled in, we needed to get that stop right there on 4th down. Sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way. I felt like we had a good pass break up there, got tipped, and that's the second time it ends up in the other opponent's hands. And so, some of that you can't control. But at the same time, after they settled in, I thought they played pretty solid together as a unit. And overall as a team, I thought, fed off each other's energy much better. And if there was some adversity that struck, we were much better overcoming it as a team this week.
Mason had a monster game with, what was it, 7 touchdowns. Just talk about the way he stepped up tonight for the Lander team.
Yeah, I think he's been playing at a high level, and I think some of that's just getting better chemistry with some of those young receivers, being on the same page. Some of those guys really growing and understanding their alignments, their assignments. He's not getting caught with the ball as much. I think the more comfortable they get together, it's a lot easier to manage a game that way. And, their run game's helped over the past weeks. They were UTEP. They were committed to not letting us run the football tonight, and I think that's why we were allowed to be explosive maybe in some of the pass game things that we were doing. But I think, just being able to have that balance offensively, taking what the defense gives you. If they're not going to allow you to run the football, being able to take advantage of some of the pops and the shots, with some of that low coverage. And so Mace did a great job managing the game overall, and rarely does he not ever come in prepared and lead us the right way.
Mason surpassed 12,000 career yards tonight. He's got 91 career touchdowns. Is there a point where it clicked that this kid's special? Do you remember any time that you thought that, and did you ever envision that he would be passing for 12,000 career yards?
I can't say that the records or their yardage, amount of yardages, I never put a limit on him or any of my guys. The sky's the limit. I knew he was special coming in, and to be honest, I knew he was going to be a special player. But really through that fall camp, because he didn't get here until the summer, and he spent all summer working out and training with the team. And that fall camp, man, I've never seen. I told Graham and I were talking. I've never seen a freshman have a fall camp like that, and his energy really rubbed off on the entire team. He had that knack to draw people in close to him, and it wasn't that he was an overly vocal guy as much as he just had it. It was something that could draw his teammates in, and they had confidence in him, and I knew he was going to be a special player. And then, that first game against, I think it was the first game against SMU, he steps in for the first time and leads us right down the field for a touchdown drive. And I knew, like I told guys long before he ever took that snap, he's going to be a special player, and a lot of it is just who he is, the amount of work he puts in, the dedication he has for his teammates, and he just got it, man. He's going to be successful in whatever he does in life. There's no doubt in my mind he will be, and because he's not going to allow himself to fail.
Darden continues to come off. You guys had another big night tonight. What has gone into what his success late in the season?
Well, just trying to, he's really grown into this system. I think he understands it. They understand kind of different ways we're trying to get different guys the ball and use, their strengths. And with whatever player it is, everyone has strengths and weaknesses, and we're trying to play off our guys' strengths. And so, and then just finding different ways to get the ball in his hands. He's shifty. He can make you miss in space. One-on-one in space, very rarely is that guy going to make that play on him. And so he's doing a great job, and I think the way, he's working in practice, he understands that, in order for us to want to get you the ball, and this is any player, like I tell our running backs, if you want us to run the ball, make sure you force me to want to run the ball. Offensive line, same thing. Whether it's receivers, if you want us to throw the football, make sure you're making those plays. Take the top off and go make those competitive plays. And I think some of that is grown into the practice habits, and he's extremely comfortable. But also, every season's a little different. I think as coaches, you got to truly find out what your identity truly is through a year, what your strengths are. I think over the past few weeks we've really kind of figured out exactly who we are as a team, and sometimes it takes time with, you have injuries, different guys go down and guys have to step up, and you have to figure out exactly the most productive route you want to take in order to be successful. And I think our coaches and players have worked extremely hard to figure out exactly, all right, this is who we are. This is kind of what we're about, and they're able to go out there and now play a lot faster with less hesitancy and make plays.
Your defense really stepped forward tonight after kind of having a rough game this last week, a little bit late in the season. What did you see from them tonight? How did they go?
The mentality was much better. When there was adversity, there was no blinking. I think you have to get that swag. You have to understand that it's not going to be perfect at all, and whatever phase, it's never going to be perfect. They put on pads too. They practice, they train. And when adversity hits, we got to be able to overcome it as a team. We have to feed off each other. I think too, just being able to trust one another. You know, there's a lot of guys working together for the first time, and so at times, I told those older guys, you know, make sure it's not the young guys. The young guys are in there, and yeah, they're going to make mistakes, but when you're making the mistakes because you're looking over your shoulder or trying to get them right or not believing in maybe they're going to hit the right gap or be in the right alignment, you're getting out your eyes off your work or where you're supposed to be. And so, listen, we have to go out and put that preparation in throughout the week. And if you put that preparation in and you practice the right way, there shouldn't be any looking left to the right. There should be looking at your assignment, your alignment, and your technique. And I thought we did a much better job today of just trusting each other and going out there and pulling the trigger. Just go play.
Coach, you talked about the mentality that you're established bounce back week, but was there someone or something that helped you establish that mentality throughout the week leading up to this game?
Well, eventually, you got to man up. You got to get it back. And my personality, and I know this football team, I'm not going to lay down for anybody. Look, I'm going to fight. I've always been a fighter. I've had adversity hit me in life, whether it's been in football and sports, within family. That's who I am. And so if you want to be here and you want to be a part of this family, you're going to fight. And so eventually you got to step up, man up, take ownership into who you are and who you want to be. And listen, I've said this, it's my job to help these young men overcome adversity because they're going to face it more than this, more than football. It's coming somewhere down the line, and we all have to overcome it. And it's challenging. It's not easy. It's been challenging for all of us, but we're going to persevere and we're going to fight. And at the end of the day, it's not about the results to me. It's more about the mentality and your character. It's how you go about your daily lives when all this, kind of hits you. Don't let it change who you are as a person. And I think that's when you'll start having the regrets in life, is when you change who you are because of the adversity. That's when it gets ugly.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it.